feeling real good, man. Real good, man. I like the knock on nasty state, man.
Ride out.
Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. We are less than 24 hours away from the draft. Less than 24 hours away. It's been a long draft period, I should say, between the combine and the pro days and all the back and forths on social media, all the arguments and debates. It's been a long few months. And finally, we're going to get some answers. There's no more hiding behind podiums and talking about secrets and putting smoke out in places. No, it's over. Tomorrow we find out exactly what the New York Giants are going to do. And even up to this point, again, we're less than 24 hours away, and I'm still not sure what we're going to do. Is it going to be Malik Neighbors? Is it going to be Rome Odunze? Is it going to be Drake May or J.J. McCarthy or Michael Penix? Who are the Giants going to get? And I think it's very, very exciting. Now, there are some tells out there. A lot of smoke. Like I said before, we're hearing that the Giants are interested in moving up to the Patriots spot, number 3. And I don't believe you move up for a wide receiver. I don't think you give up what you might have to give up for a wide receiver moving up to 3 foot. So for me, it only makes sense that if you are moving up, you're moving up for the quarterback. Which quarterback is that? Again, a lot of people say it's Drake May. They assume it's Drake May. It could be Drake May. With the recent rise of J.J. McCarthy, could it be J.J. McCarthy? And again, if the Giants don't move at all, they sit at 6, are they going to go with Michael Penix or J.J. McCarthy? If Drake May falls, which I don't think Drake May falls to 6, but it's just a very exciting time, at least for me, in my opinion, for New York Giants and the New York Giants fan base. But once the smoke clears after round 1, you still have 2 more days of draft. 2 more days of drafting, I should say. And you got pick 47 for now. If you don't trade up, and trust me, I don't want to trade up. I don't want to lose draft capital. People can argue about that all they want to. That's just me personally. I don't want to do that. So I'm just assuming you have 47, you have 70, you have 107, 166, 183. We don't have a 7th round pick this year. We only have 6 picks. In a draft that's going to be so important for the team, for the coaching staff, for the front office. This is, you have to hit. If we got 6 picks, if we still end up with 6 picks, hopefully we get more. In a trade back situation, could possibly happen too. What is Minnesota trying to do? But in a draft where you only have 6 picks, you need at least 3 or 4 guys to hit. This is Joe Schoen's 3rd draft. His first draft, he didn't have his full scouting staff here, and we had 11 picks. 2 picks in the first round, and you're looking around now, you don't know what Evan Neal is. You kind of have an idea what Dane Belton is. You're still trying to figure out what Cordell Flott is. Joshua Zudu, Marcus McKeithen. They got one more shot. Darian Beavers coming back off the ACL. I'm still hoping that he can make an impact, whether it be special teams, maybe in a rotation, maybe a little bit of edge. We'll see what happens. He has that versatility. Daniel Bellinger, hopefully we treat him right this year and we can get him involved like a true tight end and not just a guy that goes in and chips because our offensive tackles are horrible, or the right tackle is horrible, I should say. There's a lot of things that are needed. So when I think about the 2nd round, for me, the 2nd round, depending on what happens in the 1st round, quarterback, wide receiver. Again, if we draft a quarterback in the 1st round, 2nd round, I'm looking for a wide receiver. If we draft a wide receiver in the 1st round, 2nd round, I'm hoping, praying that Michael Penix falls. If not, I'm looking for the best cornerback, the best defensive lineman, and then maybe the best edge rusher. I don't think safety is as big of a need as people think it is. Could we get a safety? Possibly. If a guy like Nubin is there, possibly. But Bollier from Georgia is another one, possibly. But I'm still putting cornerback, defensive line, and an edge in front of that, because we still need that third edge rusher. We don't know how healthy Azeez Ojulari can be, or if he can remain healthy. This is a contract year for him, and we already know how players are in their contract year. They seem to have a breakout year, but the writing on the wall, it might be the writing on the wall for Azeez Ojulari. So in my opinion, if you have like an Adisa Isaac, great story, New York native. I just saw I think it was ESPN or NFL Network. They did the special, 360 special on Adisa Isaac. Beautiful story. I'm rooting for the kid. He's also from New York. Would love to add him to the edge room. Braden Fisk, a defensive lineman. Would love to add him next to Dexter Lawrence. Again, Tyler Newman, the safety. Javon Bulliard. And like I said, depending on what happens, that's what I'm looking at in the second round. If one of these tackles happen to fall, and even if some tackles fall into the second round, I don't think they make it all the way to 47. But that's the positions that I'm looking at. If you want to, you can add running back as well. If there's a Trey Benson that could be around that area, Jalen Wright, a Blake Corum, possibly too at 47. That's too high for me. I actually moved up a little bit, because before I said I wouldn't draft a running back until day 3, 4th round. But if you're sitting at 70, and depending on what happens before that, if a guy like Trey Benson is sitting there at 70, you're probably going to take a flyer out on Trey Benson. That's a running back from Florida State. But I'm just sitting here, okay, at 70, we do need another cornerback. Whether it's going to be a guy that we expect to be CB2 or another strong candidate to add to the room for the rotation, cornerback needs to be addressed. Pick 70, pick 107. There's some guys in that range. You got a Renardo Green and Jarian Jones. Both of those guys are from Florida State. They can fall into that mix at between 70 and 107. You have a guy that I like a lot out of Louisville, Brownlee, Jarvis Brownlee. He can be there at 107, a nice physical corner. And when I think about the cornerbacks, I take a little bit of a step back because of the way our defensive coordinator likes to play defense. He likes to get that pressure up front and play zone in the back. You don't have to worry about a guy that's a little bit weak when it comes to man-to-man, because most likely we're going to be playing some zone, or we're going to be often in zone coverage, I should say. So, maybe the long speed is not necessarily as important, but somebody with good ball skills, somebody that's smart, intelligent, knows how to read the quarterback, and things like that. You can look at that overall over just somebody that's, fast and has recovery speed. Somebody like a Nate Wiggins, which I would take Nate Wiggins, but just, you have a little bit of freedom, or a little more freedom, I should say. Not saying that you want to pick bad players, because you're going to be playing zone. There's a lot more people that can play zone more than like a true press man-to-man type of cornerback in this draft. So that's a 70 to the 107 range. Again, you have running backs like Audric Estime. You have Braylon Allen. That's another one that could be around in that range too. What's the kid, Ray? I can't remember Ray, the running back from Kentucky. I played 1 year at Kentucky. But anyway, and then after that, you only have 2 more picks. You're only looking at 166 and 183. And at that point, you're probably going for the best player available, trying to see if you can get a steal, maybe defensive line, maybe somebody that can affect your special teams right away. I don't think you really need like a kick returner. But when I think about the draft, and this is just me spitballing, thinking about things, I can see the New York Giants maybe double dipping at wide receiver. I can see that happening. I can see us possibly double dipping in the secondary as well. One thing that I didn't mention yet is offensive line. There's a offensive lineman, Zach Zinter out of Michigan, who got injured. His season-ending injury, broken foot. I just saw a new video of him. He's out there running around, blocking. Look like he's going to be ready to go by the time camp gets here. He's a guy around that, maybe not 107, but that 166 range. If he's still there for whatever reason at 166, I'm trying to get Zach Zinter. If I can stash him, or if he's healthy, that's a guy that you can put on the shelf for a year. I know we have John Runyon. We just picked him up. We have Stinney. We picked up Tom. We got Schlotman. We got Illuminor. that's fine. Those guys are a little bit older. They're not here for the long run. They got 1 year deal. Well, Runyon got a 3 year deal. The rest of those guys got 1 year deals, and Illuminor has a 2 year deal. Listen. O-line is not my main priority because of what we've done in the free agency period. But if a guy like Zach Zinter is there at like 166, I would run to the table or run to the podium and go ahead and put that card in for Zach Zinter. So it's going to be an exciting draft. It's not just about the first round, even though that's the most, I guess, the most exciting portion or part of this draft is what we do at 6. But after that, there's still a lot of work to be done. It's not like, oh, we draft Malik Neighbors and the draft is done. No, there's a lot of work to be done. It's not like we draft Drake May and all of a sudden the draft is over. No. There's a lot of work to be done, and we have to hit on these picks. We hope that the rest falls in line, but the first thing is Joe Schoen knocking this draft out of the park. I think that needs to happen. I think the team needs it, the fan base needs it, the coaching staff needs an influx of good talent, better players, better ingredients, Papa John's, right? But no, man, that's just wanted to get out a quick video again. No more mock drafts. It is what it is now. We're in the end game. Just wanted to sit here, vibe with you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Outside of pick 6, what do the New York Giants need to address? What do we need to address outside of just quarterback and wide receiver? I can't wait to hear from you guys. And again, happy draft day tomorrow. If you're watching this the day of the draft or after the draft, hopefully, I'm hoping everything went well. I will be doing reactions after every draft pick if it's worthy enough, or if I might group some guys up once we get into day 3. But all in all, you know what it is. I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And for one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.